Welcome back, fellow YouTubers, to G-Body Auto. Another one back at you. Working on a 2012 Kia Optima. Got the notorious steering wheel click. Oh, you can hear it where I haven't even started up. But same thing I did a Kia Soul, I think last week. Same thing. Like I said before, just bought them on Amazon, package of 10, I think, or 5, probably for $7, $8, something like that. So we're gonna break this thing down and go ahead and get started. Just make sure you disconnect your battery first, because you'll be unplugging some electronic parts and things like that. So that's just a 10 millimeter. Just disconnect one of them and you'll be good to go. All right, so first things, you got 2 screws, one on each side there. Take those out. And this should just pop on out. Unless I'm missing something. Alright, so you probably have to pop this out, get your trim tool or something like that. There's a couple screws on the side here. So take those out. Probably will pop down now. Oh, there we go. This one's a tough one. So your OBD reader, just squeeze the some tabs back here. Squeeze on each side. You got to come out. Then there's these here, these 2 plugs. And squeeze at the back of that. Pull it. It's kind of hard to do and hold this camera. So just take those 2 out. All right, I'm gonna try to do a different route than I did on the other car that sold. So I'm gonna go ahead. I know we have to take that apart, the bottom half. I'm gonna take these 2 bolts off and uncover this too and get to the access to the wiring harnesses and the plugs we need to take apart. So yeah, these should be, I think, 10s. Okay, we got those 10s out. I was going to tell you guys something, I can't remember now. Oh yeah, get you some gloves, because sometimes when you get behind all that plastic, these metal edges, they can cut you. I have been cut several times before in the past, so I always try to work with gloves, even though gloves can be annoying a little bit, but it'll protect your hands getting sliced up. All right, so definitely want to unplug this harness here, and anything that's going to be in the way of this whole column dropping down, because that's what's going to happen. So start unplugging this stuff. I'm gonna try to, I think you pull this back. See that plastic, it moves. I just can't get my one finger, there you go. Slide that back and push in. You can get you a tool also, the pry tool, to get some of these out from over there. So I'm gonna grab my tool. Yeah, one of these, I wish I had a shorter one, but these help a lot when it comes to prying some of these tabs and stuff out the way. So there's one right there. You can see the back of it. You want to get behind that and pull it out. If I had a shorter one, it'd be easier. But you can see it's working. So pull that out the way. Whatever's hanging across that. Now they did this for the radio, the small one here. I'm gonna have to move that out the way somehow, because it's gonna get in the way of, oh, that's the microphone up there. Yeah, it's gonna end up breaking. So I'm gonna move that out the way. I'm gonna open up this bottom piece. There should be 2 screws. There's one right there. It might be just the one. So I'm gonna remove that one and make sure there's no other plugs back there. All right, so you'll have one on each side of the steering wheel. You just turn your steering wheel, you'll see each one. So we'll get those out. All right, that just pops loose. Set it to the side. So now you can see a lot clearer what you need to do. Unplug all this stuff right here that's hanging across, that's gonna hinder this from coming down. You need to unplug all these. So one by one, you know, most of them are just push-in tabs. So this white one here, look it out. Yellow one slides back and just comes off. Big one here, same thing, push it in. Same thing with this. Feel like it's on the back side. I might have to get me a flathead or something on that one. On that one there, I just used the back of my knife, because the tab is on the back side. So I just put it back here and pressed it in and slid out. So, got another one right here. That one's gonna be tough. I need to put the camera down. All right, got that one. And then you see it's kind of held up there. So get your tool, get behind that lip. I can show y'all. Kind of trying to get behind that lip and press it out. You want to say that so you can put it back up. You don't want to try to destroy it. Sometimes you can't help it, but it pop out right there. Looks like might be one more up there on the back side, maybe. Can't really see, but let's see here. Yeah, I'm about to probably remove that top also. Okay, so up here, that last one, well, you can't really see it, but that one right there, you gotta get that one out too. Press in from the bottom, if you can, pull it out. There we go. And of course, there's a little piece on the side that clips it in there too, so get behind that and pull it out. All right, my little thing, it just fell apart, so I just tuck it back in there when it's time. And this one is the very last one. I have to hook it from that and then pry this off the mount there. Okay, we pretty much got all that out the way. All that out the way. All the big stuff. And you will have to take this off also and unplug this. So usually with that blue one back, well, I better take off this one first. So you can take that off, use a Phillips head, get that off. All right, you got that off. You can either use a Phillips or 8mm. I ended up using the 8. It was a little bit easier. So I've got those moved. That wire is gonna be a problem. I'm probably just gonna go ahead and take that. You see they routed this thing all the way down for the radio, which is fine, but we don't need it. I'm gonna get it out. Man, I had that thing wrapped around so many components, I can't take it out or I'm breaking it. So I just give myself enough slack so that it won't break when I let this down. All right, so back to the plugs. We got that one over here we need to get still. Just get you a flathead or something. I really need to unpry from the clip first. Can't get it the way I want to. It broke off, of course. Guess I didn't get behind it like I should have. But you just get behind that blue port. Sorry about the camera angle. Thought I was pointing in the right direction. But yeah, you get behind that blue part and pull up on it. You see how I kind of move. So it's like a little lock. And then you should be able to press on the tab back there. This little tab right up in there and pull it. So there's your tab back there. Okay, so I think we got I think we got everything we need loose to come down with it. Make sure nothing's in the way. Yeah, it should be good. So you got 4 bolts there. You see that one and this one. You might got another one. I feel like it was one in the back, but I might be wrong. So it might be just those 2. With the other car, it was one in the back also, but maybe not on this one. So I'm gonna get those loosened up and see where it takes us. Oh yeah, those are 12s. I went ahead and took these 2 out that was sitting here, just because it kind of curves up under the steering column. I just don't want that to end up catching it and yanking it, or pinching the wires or something like that. That way it has free play. Okay, we got those 2 back ones out. Now you got these 2 nuts left. Those also 12s. So you're gonna need a deep socket for that. All right, y'all. There was one more plug. I just lost it. Yeah, this one right here. It was hanging up. It was plugged into the end of this. So make sure you unplug that one, because when it comes falling down, it's gonna wrap it up and be hanging on that. So you kind of see it's all hanging down right now. So I'm just kind of letting it work its way down. You got this duct work right here that makes it kind of hard to get around. So I'm just gonna let it kind of do its thing and fall down and kind of twist it, because you want to get back to that right there. That's where you want to get to. Okay, so I let my seat all the way back. I pulled the lever and make sure the steering wheel was pushed all in, or it goes out, in, up and down. So I made sure it pushed all in. So it's basically just kind of sitting on the floor now. You want to get to these right here, the black screws, and then get inside that, and that's where the deal will be at. So we'll find out what size Torx that is. Okay, that is a T30 Torx bit. So there's 1, 2, I think there's 3, either 3 or 4 on here. It's kind of hard. It might be one on the back side. I'm not sure. It should be at least 1 more back there. Let's see if we can get the camera behind there. There it is right there. So we'll take those and then separate it. So the way it's sitting in here is really tough to get to these. So you're gonna probably have to have a ratchet and a swivel, something like that. I probably forgot something that can make this easier to sit right, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna get these loosened up. I'm gonna tell you right now, that back one is tough to get to. It's not really tough to get to, but you can't see it. So you have to just feel around with your finger and kind of just put it in place, and then put your ratchet on it. So got them off. It wasn't too bad, but it was not easy. So let's see here. What's the easiest way? Maybe I can push this down. Push that brake pedal down. Emergency brake, get it loose. What it look like here? There we have it. Yep, just like we thought, right? All chewed up, looking nasty. Show you what the new one would look like. That's how it's supposed to look and sit in there. And that's why you get the clicking noise, because the 2 metal ends click against each other. So there we have it. So let's get that cleaned up and work ourselves in backwards, reverse. All right, so we pretty much got that cleaned up. We'll just pop the other one back, the next one in there. There you go. And it's ready to rock and roll. So just put everything back in order backwards. And just so you know, this right here is kind of a hanger to help you before you bolt this back up. If you look there, there's a slot right there. You gotta push this bottom part in first up into that slot, and you can give yourself a rest, because you'll be fighting. You have to get that in there anyway. So just remember that. So we'll get this closed back up. Okay. Got that all tightened up. That back one is the worst, just like taking it out, just because you got a feel for it. So now we can work this thing back up. Work it around this foot vent. It's kind of a little headache. And then once you get in position, be able to put this up in there. That way you can give yourself a rest. It might be a little bit difficult, but it can be done. You see how it's all sitting down here. Little tip, something I didn't see before. You see how that duct work is there? It's kind of in the way and all that. There's a screw right there. Yeah, take that out. It's a Phillip head. It should be a Phillip or 8. I'm gonna remove that now because everything's touching and pushing. So save yourself some stress. Go ahead and take that out. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, this joker is heavy at the bottom. I got close, and with just the wiring harness and some of that stuff is getting caught up on things, it's difficult to get up there. I don't know what I did when I did that other car years ago. The car is different than the actual Kia Soul, but yeah, I got that in there pretty easy. But years ago when I did this version of the car before, I got in there. I didn't have to do no extra anything. I wrestled with it, but I was able to get up there. Maybe I've lost my touch. Maybe I lost my strength. I don't know. But I'm not gonna keep fighting like that. I'm using this jack. I'm gonna try to use it like that and give it some extra oomph from something else to go up, and hopefully it'll help me out. So I'm gonna try that. I'll show y'all what I'm doing here. I use one of them scissor jacks from the cars and put a socket on it, trying to make it just go up, which is it's doing what it's supposed to do. You can see I'm getting close in here to where I need to be at too. So hopefully it doesn't slip off. I'm gonna fight with that a little bit, about to get this set in, and I'll let you know what happened. All right, y'all. That did work out pretty decently. So I just slowly pushed my way up. And once I got close enough, I put that, you can't see it now, but remember that little hook. I can't see it. The little hook I was showing y'all, put it up in, push it up and push it in. And then I just caught the holes right there, held it up with my hand, and then thread them in there. So it's a tough fight. You can get it done without the jack, but I wasn't gonna sit here and keep on fighting when there's another way. Work smarter, not harder. I'm not as young as I used to be, so. But yep, got the 2 nuts on there now, and then we'll get those other 2 bolts put up there also. All right, we got our 4 bolts back in there. Well, 2 bolts into what do you call them? Anyway, I can't even think of the names right now. But anyway, we got all 4 of those bolted back down. And so we'll move on to really plugging everything back up. So you got a couple over there. Yeah, they'll be self-explanatory when you start moving them around. So just take your time and get everything back in order. I think the first 2 I took out was over here. Let me see here. Oh man, them got stuck behind the wire harness back here. Hope I can get pinched. I have to pull these around. There we go. So anyway, yeah, get these back in order. Oh yeah, so anyway, I'll start right here. That was the big one here. And just push it in. I believe you just pull that, push it in, and then push that lever up to lock it in place. Then that one is curving into that. Boom. All right, so I think I'm gonna start at the top. I think that's where we put our last ones off. It was one more over here. Remember I was telling you about, and get that clipped in. There you go on that one. And remember to bolt that back up. But anyway, we'll start back at the top, I believe. So all these connections up here. Okay, pretty much got everything clipped back in. Remember, it's one way up there, and there. It's just like a little puzzle. They're only gonna fit in one place, so just take your time. They'll work on out. So all we got left is our OBD and the parts for our dash. So I'm gonna pull this wire back up, put it back where they had it, up there in that A pillar. And yeah, get that routed up. We got our little microphone wire back up. So now, ready to put our, steering wheel, or you can put the plate back on, either one. It doesn't matter. It's labeled there up. So we'll put our plate back up, and I think those were 10 mils on those. All right, so got the screws in. I went here and threw that bottom piece on. It just clips up there real easy. Just snap it in on both sides around the key deal first. And then we got those 3 screws, one on each side and then one up under there. We got those in now. Time for our bottom piece. Of course, don't forget to plug those in into your 2 outlets right there. And you just clip it up there, and then you'll put those 2 screws on the side, remember. And remember, you got your bottom screw down here too. And it's really easy to put this on while it's off. I didn't. I should be able to still snake it back there. But remember to put that in there before you stick this back on there. All right, got that back on there. Of course, put your cover back on. Snap that in place. Then your side cover. And that should be back in business. I have to pull that rubber trim out a little bit. Get it in there. There we go. And there we have it. Let's see how it sounds. I didn't have to turn it. You can see already it's good to go. How it should sound. All right, and you can just remember to connect your battery back, because if you don't, you ain't going nowhere. So this is another one for you from G-Body Auto, 2010, 2012 Kia Optima steering wheel bushing fix. So do it yourself, save yourself some time and money, learn something and pass it on. Thank y'all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like.